Καλησπέρα. Είναι μεγάλη τιμή για μένα to be among you. Mr. President, members of the Parliament, Mr. Governor, an honor for me. Just some thoughts. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude for this kind invitation to be here with you and to talk about the bilateral cooperation between our country in this very tough time for my country. As you know, on the February 24th, 2022, the Russian Federation waged and started the war on Ukraine, and now it's 89th day. And despite the claims that there was a very small special military operations, it's a full-scale war. And every day Ukraine faces an unprecedented escalation of the military aggression that has rapidly developed from occupying our land, hitting critical infrastructure, to missile strikes and cluster bombing of peaceful residential blocks, causing mass casualties of civilians, innocent men, women, and children, breaking all possible rules and principles of international humanitarian law. You might see in the pictures of Mariupol and some other cities, and the death toll of children and the killed and injured is about 600 already. But the courageous Ukrainians are fighting day and night to defend our homeland, protect homes and families, but also to protect Europe and the main principles of the global community: humanity, the rule of law, the international order. It's enshrined in the UN Nation Charter and other international treaties. Ukraine has demonstrated that it is ready to stand for the democratic world as well as to protect its ideas and principles with all possible means and instruments. And the global leaders from the government and private sector, international organizations, and multinational companies undertake collaborative efforts to weaken Russian economic and military edge, as these resources are being used for threatening and blackmailing Ukraine and the entire civilized world. Amid these dire times for Ukraine, I call on the Greek companies to stop operations with or in the Russian Federation, refusing to finance Russian violence, murders, and crimes against humanity, and to stop financing this campaign with your taxes. As soon as Ukraine wins this war, we will start renewing our infrastructure and our economy, continuing the path of reforms to become a full-fledged members of the European Union. In this regard, I would like to invite the Greek companies to join other multinational companies who have already publicly expressed their readiness to start or to resume businesses in my country. I would like to stress that Russian invasion of Ukraine is the real threat to global supply. Ukraine's exports comprise more than 10% of all wheat, 14% of all corn, and 47% of all sunflower oil in the world. Ukraine has been meaningfully contributing to the global food security and didn't restrict exports of food even in the difficult times of pandemic. In this regard, I call on the international community to condemn Russian actions, to demand withdrawal of all troops from Ukraine, and to end the blockades of the Ukrainian ports, to strengthen economic sanctions in order to stop armed aggression against Ukraine and to prevent further humanitarian catastrophe and worsening the world hunger. Only Russian defeat could allow Ukraine to reopen its Black Sea ports and revive its exports. I would like also to appeal to the Greek ship owners to refuse earning money on the people's blood. The city of Mariupol, which is home to many ethnic Greeks, is completely destroyed, with thousands of civilians killed. At the same time, in April this year, the Greek ship owners tripled oil transportation of the Russian oil compared to 2021. For example, according to Deloitte list from April 1st until 27th, out of 190 tankers tracked shipping crude oil out of Russian ports, some 76 were beneficially owned by Greek ship owners. The only way to stop this war is to deprive the aggressor of the means to finance it. On behalf of the government of Ukraine, I am also requesting you to support Ukraine and its people in financial, humanitarian, or any other meaningful way that you could find appropriate. You know that here in Stadium Friendship and Peace, we established a Help Ukraine Center for collecting humanitarian aid, and the embassy also has a special account for donations for the needs of Ukraine. Last but not least, how our countries can cooperate in circumstances of ongoing aggression of Russian Federation. I would like to share some ideas about new area we are not, that has very big potential, we are not really developed in our bilateral trade. It's IT, it's information technology. Ukraine's third largest export is the information technology, products and services. And that branch of Ukrainian economy has regrouped thanks to continuing supply of electricity and uninterrupted internet services and tech workers at safe locations. And this industry grew 36% and then employed 285,000 workers in 2001. So our high-profile specialists need more work from outside Ukraine, and I would like to ask Greek companies to think maybe to hire them as an outsourcing company in providing some digital projects. So we reaffirm our readiness to deepen economic cooperation despite the military circumstances. We would like to request your kind assistance in expanding Ukrainian business and good presence on the Greek markets. At the end, I would like to conclude saying that the light will prevail over darkness, and together we will prevail. Thank you for your information.
Θα ήθελα να σας ζητήσω να σηκωθείτε. Θα ακούσουμε κάτι το οποίο εμείς όταν το είδαμε στο Διοικητικό Συμβούλιο συγκινηθήκαμε ιδιαίτερα. Θα ακούσουμε τον Εθνικό Ύμνο της Ουκρανίας από Έλληνες της Μαριούπολης.
Σαν στον ξημέρωσες τον τόπο το δικό μας πάλι, τον Καζάκων δοξασμένον γέννημα τη θρέμα, εμείς την δευτεριά της χώρας φοράμε το στέμα.
Χειροτώνει μας, Ουκρανία!
Ρωσία, Україно!
Με την ευχή να τελειώσει σύντομα αυτός ο εφιάλτης.